questions, and the answer was no. This level starts you off. So, light bulbs in our heads, we use them to run past everything and got another checkpoint. But what we soon
What's up, everybody? It's Big Blue Power Hour. What's up, Evan? What's going on?
What's up, Dan? What's up, guys? Welcome to Big Blue Power Hour. Once again, coming back. Free agency is not over, but all the big swings have happened. Giants came out swinging. We did lose Saquon Barkley. Fuck that trader. Listen, I understand it, but like you had your choices. You could have went anywhere else. You signed for the same money that you were offered 3 times last year.
Yep.
And you denied that. The market opened up, and now I hope that the Giants don't pursue the issue of stripping the Eagles of the number 1 pick. But I do not want the Giants to initiate it. I do want the NFL to initiate it, which it looks like they are going to.
Yeah.
After James Franklin coming out and saying the Eagles have reached out to him as early as the end of last season about getting in touch with Barkley. Clear evidence of tampering, but you know how it is. If your ducks are not in a row, and I don't think the Giants organization is in a row,
Yep.
do not throw stones if you live in a glass house.
It sucks.
I love Barkley. I've been a fan of his since Penn State. I followed his career in Penn State. When the Giants were lucky enough to draft him number 2, I'm the one that said it was actually a good move. It would give a lot of rest off of Eli's legs. I thought him and Odell can make something special, and they did for the short time they were here together. But I can't forgive going to Philadelphia. I can't. It's just as bad as going to the Cowboys.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's a team that this is like Kevin Durant going to the Warriors for me. Like, I'm sorry, it is. You know, the thing is that Saquon is not going to understand that New York loved you as a loser, even because we know that you put your heart into it.
Yeah.
You perform the way you did here, and I know, like I said, we did not give you the best. But if you perform the same way you did here as you did, you're going to perform there. If you perform there the way you did here with some lackluster performance, that city is going to eat you alive. Like there's no forgiveness. We loved you because we knew what you were capable of. If you are still not capable of that, you better be just short of fucking amazing for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I hope you like touching Jalen Hurts' ass because that's what you're going to be doing next year. But on to the next one. I do like the Devil Singletary signing. A lot of people were like, why would we give up Barkley for him? Because he's a 1,000-yard rusher. He's been for the last 3 years.
Almost.
Almost, yeah.
But he's consistent and he's
been
healthy.
Consistent, yes, and healthy. Thank you, Dan. He has been healthy those last 3 or 4 years. Never been really hurt. I think he's only missed 1 game in the last 6 seasons.
Yep.
So, very Iron Man-like. That's what we need on this team. John Runyon Jr. from Green Bay. That was one of the picks I really liked. Really secure that. No longer is Shane going to be like, all right, well, this is the old guard that was here. Are they good enough to be backups? Are they going? No, he's just wiping it. Like, no more Lemieux. Matt Pert's gone. Duzaway probably is on his last year here.
Yep. If he could start, Aduzier is going to be here. If he's young,
yeah.
If he could step up a bit, he'll be good depth. He's going to compete for the guard, but
no Price. They let go of
he's
Pugh,
awesome.
I think
Pugh, Glowinski's gone.
Glowinski's gone. Bredesen's going to be gone. I believe. I don't think he's going to make the team. But I think he's bringing in pieces and what we got these guys for is cheap.
Yeah,
What was that? 10 million a year for 3 years.
it's 10 million a year, but I think they're paying less this year. They're only paying like 7 of that 10
Yeah.
for
So it'd be like
for
13 1 year.
17 guaranteed. So he'll get 17, million guaranteed John Runyon, but he'll play 7 of it this year. And I really like the Runyon signing. I think he's a better he's a better pass blocker than run blocker. But I think he's going to go back to left guard, which he was previously, not last year, the year before for Green Bay. And that right guard position is open. Like it could be, but I also like the Illuminor signing. But they
Yeah.
also signed Aaron Stinney, who's
Who
another.
was the tackle from Tampa Bay they signed?
You mean a tackle from the Raiders?
No, there was a tackle or guard from Tampa.
Stinney.
Stinney. That's
Aaron Stinney.
Aaron. That's I could not get his name on top of my head, but
Yeah, he was on the Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
He started. Let's see. He played a career on 13 games with 11 starts for the Bucks. Allowed just 2 sacks on 442 pass blocks. That's
definitely
way better.
Pressures.
He'll compete for that guard position, I think.
I believe he will too.
Unless we draft one.
I think Neal moves into right guard.
I think they're gonna give him a shot with this new offensive line coach.
Yeah.
And I think if he can do it, you have Illuminor to play that position. He can go in and be stable at that position. He's a good right tackle. And I think Illuminor, he's going to push him. So let's hope, signing another tackle that's better than him, that does better than he does consistently, and Brasillo could get something out of Neal. If not, you'll kick him in the guard. And look how much guards are getting now, like $20 million a season.
Yeah.
So
I apologize. I've been working like crazy, guys, so I'm a little bit tired today. I apologize.
Yeah. So Evan Neal, I think will get another shot, but I think he has to the first third of the season really to show something.
He's got to be. He can't just come out and be basic. He has to be out fucking standing.
So I want to see if Brasillo, the new offensive line coach, will help.
From
Maybe
Tennessee,
they'll change.
Right?
No, from the Raiders.
I thought he came from Tennessee.
No, he's from the Raiders. The defensive coordinator, Bowen's from Tennessee.
That's what I'm thinking of. I apologize.
But I want to see what Brasillo can get out of him. Sometimes a different coach, a different blocking scheme can help. I think that we'll see with Evan Neal, but they could go and draft a guard in the 3rd round if they don't trade their pick and move up. But I like what they did.
From West Virginia, interior guard, I believe he's an option for us at a third round. But
there's also a guy Hayes from UConn, and there's a guy Burton from Duke. That's another good guard.
Well, like I said, I think people are going to move up after Joe Alt and Ofashanu are taken. I believe they're going to move up from guards, so especially the teams that are like really desperate for it. Like everybody's
the middle
really
rounds,
big on the Vikings right now. I don't know why people are really big on the Vikings.
No, the Vikings got that extra pick, and they need a quarterback. Maybe they're the team that's going to trade up to 3 or 4. Maybe
really
they'll trade with somebody.
I think it's going to sound weird. I think Dallas is going to move Trey Lance because they have to. You can't keep somebody making that much money as your backup.
Definitely not. But, hold on a second. What's up, Eileen? What's going on? What's up, Dave? Dave says, "Hey, fellas."
What's up, Cowboy Dave?
Bob Plant says, "Frazier." Is it Leslie? Yeah, that might be who it is. Might be Frazier. I didn't know his name. I even looked up every guard, to be honest.
I looked at some of the mock drafts, and a lot of them had him going to the Giants in the 3rd round.
Let's see. Evan's just mad because he can't wear his Tyrod Taylor jersey no more.
Never bought one. Thank God. Buying a Tyrod Taylor jersey is like getting a Mike Piazza jersey.
If it was like a Tyrod Taylor jersey from earlier in his career when he was like drafted and stuff, play for his first team, then maybe that would be interesting. But not worth it. What do you think about the people that supposedly Deontay Banks changed his number?
What did he change his number to?
To 3, I think.
Sterling Shepard's number?
And everyone bought a jersey of his. They're all pissed. Um,
What were the odds of this?
Paul Spencer says the basement is going to be filled this year.
Probably based on our
Year by the
besides the point. Despite the
by the My Team Cowboys.
Yeah.
wasn't
What's up, Mike?
so
What's up?
Pop.
Says Mike. What's
Yeah,
up,
like I
Dale?
said,
What's up, kid? But we'll see what happens to the draft. But I just want to go over the other free agents they added. They added a tight end, Jack Stoll,
from the
who I
Eagles.
think is a blocking tight end. That's just depth, I'm pretty sure. Chris Manhertz.
Is there any truth to the rumor that Waller might be retiring?
Yeah, he's thinking about it. He has to make his decision. He might. But Chris Manhertz is another tight end they got. It's depth. Seems more of like a special teams guy because he has a lot of special teams. Aaron Stinney, the guard. Austin Schultman,
From
another
Minnesota.
offensive lineman.
for my American viewers out there.
He's played 67 games of 14 starts for the Broncos and the Vikings. So it looks like Shane addressed a lot of depth. Got 4 offensive linemen and John Runyon. I like. Let's see. Paul Spencer said, John Runyon, where did he play high school?
Did he play at Prep? Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Prep. Oh, Prep. Prep. You know, Paul's always talking about that. Love the Burns trade. I love it too, Mike. I think that I want to see more production for that contract, but he is he can get off the ball like crazy. He's a
I think what
ridiculous
people are
athlete.
forgetting is
I like
we're gonna
Burns a
have-
lot.
we're gonna have Brian
Love that
Burns
trade
on the other side of Kayvon Thibodeau.
with
And then for
Okirike
half the
and
season,
Dex.
they're also gonna have Azeez Ojulari.
Maybe
So-
half a season.
Maybe
But-
half a season.
But
So that's
but
3 pass rushers right there.
if
I'll be right
Ojulari,
back. I have a spider and I'm scared shitless. But 1 second.
oh my goodness, God, you're running around like Daniel Jones in the pocket. Wait, what pocket? Yeah, sorry for the lighting tonight. I have a different setup. My half of my computer went crapola before my stream today. But yeah, I really love the Burns move. I love the Burns trade. I think it's a great move. It's an aggressive move, but I like it. You know, his potential. He's only like 25 years old, so you know you need another pass rusher. It's something they needed, and I think he's going to be good for us. Bob Bosmith says, Daniel son and Vinsky, greetings and salutations from Texas.
What's up, bud? I'm right next to you here in
What's up?
Louisiana.
Yep. What's up?
Literally 20 minutes away. What's up, Kenny?
What's up, Kenny? What's up? What's going on? Ken Fry says, Jermaine Illuminor. Is that how you say his name? I don't know if I'm saying it right. Was a good pickup. He got better each season with the Raiders. Good rotation and death piece. Yeah, and he could start. Like that's why
he actually wanted to come here.
I like him. I like his how he seems like he knows what he's talking about. He seems very motivated. I saw his interview. I like Illuminor. Like he's definitely like pretty solid. Illuminor could start as well as if he can't play tackle, at least we'll have someone that could step in and be reliable for us.
Now, I did who is Jahad Ward?
Says who is Jahad Ward dating at Evan? The Vikings signed him today. I'm guessing he sucks. Jahad Ward's really good at versus the run, I think. I think he's a solid depth piece on the edge.
He's a very solid depth piece. He's a Wink Martindale guy. Wink Martindale brought him in. He's been everywhere Wink has. He played on the
played
Raiders
in Baltimore, that Baltimore defense when they were really good with Wink Martindale. I like Jahad Ward. He's not like a stud pass rusher, but he's serviceable. He's definitely a rotational guy.
He went head to head with Derrick Henry a few times. He's done well.
I like him. He's a solid player, I think. I thought Jahad Ward would probably leave because he was like a Wink Martindale guy. But that's another reason they brought in Burns. Burns is going to play on that side now instead of Jahad Ward. It's a big difference when you got Burns on the other side of Thibodeau because Burns will give Thibodeau and Dex more opportunities for sacks.
I also believe that moving Azeez back a little bit and let him play that, second line of defense more than pass rushing.
He's got to stay healthy, man. Like if Ojulari could stay healthy with him, Burns, Thibodeau, and Lawrence, that's a good for. And Okereke had a great year last year. But another guy they brought back was Darnay Holmes.
They brought him back for a year.
Which I like. I like Darnay Holmes. I thought he played well. I think he's a good death piece.
It was funny because our pages, we follow the Giants on Twitter, and somebody was like, "Welcome back, Darnay Holmes," and it's him getting massaged on the sideline.
Oh
He
yeah,
has his ass hanging out.
it's probably why they have the tent now.
Somebody was like, "Welcome back, Darnay Holmes." Everyone was like, just staring, like, "Oh my god, it was hysterical." I was like, "That's comment of the year right there." But now, like I say, like the one he's signing, I was surprised about. All right, so take it back to the 2019 draft before this show even started, before this network even started.
Yep.
I did not want Daniel Jones on that 2019 draft. I said
no.
I wanted Josh Allen, the defensive linebacker, and I wanted Drew Lock in the second round. Now
he's a Giant.
Yeah, I wanted Drew Lock. But it's funny now. Russell Wilson said he did not sign because the Giants made it very clear that Daniel Jones was the starter for the year.
I would have said nothing.
I would have too. That's the only reason he really didn't sign with us.
Yeah.
Drew Lock said, "I don't care. I'm coming in to play. I'm playing for the starting job."
If he wants to compete for it, he can earn it.
And the point of what I'm trying to say is, the last couple of years with Seattle, even though he's only played a couple of years, a couple games, while Geno was hurt, we kind of seen him get that swagger back he had in college.
I thought he played well when he played that game versus the Eagles. He made some mistakes, but I like some of what Drew Lock. He's better than he was.
Yes,
when he was in.
I think he's a solid starter. I don't think DeVito's going to make the team.
No, DeVito's not going to be here. Either the Giants are either going to take a quarterback or they're going to take a wide receiver. But I think it's going to be a wide receiver, like I said. Maybe they'll get a quarterback later, but Drew Lock was signed for $5 million. He's a better backup than DeVito, or he's like what Taylor was kind of. He could be serviceable if the offensive line's okay, but
I think the only reason I think Tyrod didn't re-sign and they didn't offer him a contract was because of his overthrowing of of open receivers. Like
it costs money.
Yeah, well, that too, because the veteran minimum he's going to be have to be paid.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of games where we lost because he couldn't make a play down the field.
Yeah.
And then there was plays where he would wow. You can't have that inconsistency in the backfield. With this, like I said, I heard they were going after Aaron Jones, which means I believe they are in the market for another running back. We'll see how Gray fits in that preseason.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for the offensive line. I'm not going to get my hopes up because I got my hopes up last year, and I didn't speak after the Cowboys game for about 3 weeks. So I really don't want to get my hopes up. I just want to see how it is going to be.
Yeah.
I don't think that 2 years ago was a fluke. I don't. I refuse to believe that. I think that the schemes got old by Kafka. That's what I really think will really happen. If I'm being honest, I think the scheme got old of him rolling out instead of them rushing off the edge and him pouncing out to the outside and making that little tight end teams adjusted to it. And we've seen against the first 4 games, everybody had an answer to it. They're like, he's going to roll out and make plays. Don't let him roll out. They put a QB spy on him at all times.
Yeah.
And people learned after 5 years, hey, he may be 6'5" and look like fucking Officer Doofy, but he can run.
Yeah.
He is the Forrest Gump of the NFL. But
yeah. But he also hasn't done enough. But like I said, without an offensive line, I think that it seems like the offensive line is going to be better, and that just helps automatically. But I think Jones is so shocked that he could never get into rhythm. It was just a total disaster last year. But I don't know what they're
I
gonna
do
do.
think he's shell shocked. I think Carl Banks said it best. He's like, you know, he goes, you hit a quarterback. He was sacked 30 times in 6 games. So in the 6 games he plays, he was sacked. He was hit. Well, not hit, but he was sacked 30 times. Can you imagine how many times he was hit and he got the ball out, or how many times he was pressured? He was under pressure over 80% of the time.
Yeah.
Like, that dude is seeing fucking ghosts right now. Or was it what's that movie with Robert De Niro? Not Robert De Niro. Al Pacino.
Which one? There's a lot of them.
The football movie.
Oh, any given Sunday?
I thought it was Any Given Sunday. I wasn't 100% sure. I get
Maybe.
that and the program mixed up. Any Given
Program's
Sunday.
a great movie.
When that quarterback's sitting there and he's having flashbacks and PTSD, fucking people hitting him, like, that's what Jones sees coming in. Like,
yeah, I think a lot of people have totally given up on him and just want to move on. Some people see that, a good amount of it has to do with how bad the offensive line has been. I don't know if it would be a lot different, but if you protect your quarterback, it helps a whole lot. He's not a Mahomes or something like that. If you have someone that could, throw on the move, create, be elusive and throw on the run like he does, then it'll probably work. But the offensive line is something they had to address. They did it in free agency. I think they're going to even draft some offensive linemen, to be honest. Got a comment?
late round. I think the offense being how bad it was.
Yep.
I think they're going to go mostly offense for the first 4 rounds.
Yeah, I think the defense. I think you need to find a safety. I don't know if Jalen Mills is definitely going to cut it. So safety, guard, wide receiver. Some could say quarterback, but I don't think the one they like is going to be there. And don't trade up for one unless it's like one of the top 3. You know what I'm saying? I really don't want to trade up.
That they've been talking about a deal with the Patriots for the number 3 pick.
Well, if they want to trade, got a comment here. Why Trey Lance makes nothing this year? Next year makes $22 million next year. Let him play. Preseason build the film and trade him.
Paul, I think you have more to worry about than Trey Lance. Your quarterback's asking for $60 million a year and has 2 playoff wins to his name. Just got religiously spanked at home by a rookie quarterback in his first playoff game.
I don't know if
you have a owner problem. You guys are a great team.
I think Paul's being a little negative before rookie camp starts.
I don't think they're going to have rookies.
I think it's on him. Eileen says got to go O-line and wide receiver.
Nah, they can't go O-line again. They can't. Like, if Joe Alt's there, maybe. But then, like, you don't have a number 1 wide receiver. And I hate when people talk about.
I would say if they don't like what is at 6, if they traded down, that's the only way I'm taking an offensive lineman with that extra pick I get. But I think they should take Neighbors at 6 if he's there. But remember, the Chargers need a weapon.
Yeah, I think
they can go and steal Neighbors from us.
We're gonna either end up with was it Odunze?
If Odunze is there, I take him. Says Bo Smith Giants will draft Brock Bowers in the first round, not at 6.
Nah, I think after that whole Kyle Pitts thing, I think tight end's got to. And I'm not saying Kyle Pitts is a bad player. I think he's very underutilized, and we'll see what he's made of this year. But his hype was better than Brock Bowers' hype coming out.
Yeah.
He went, 5?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't think, even though Brock Bowers, I think tape was better, I don't think that the Giants will pull a move on that.
No, I don't think
I
so.
know
I
one
don't think
move that
so.
I am not liking and I'm not hearing. If they take JJ McCarthy at 6, I swear to fucking Christ, I will boycott the season.
I don't know what McCarthy's going to be, but I will say he does have a good arm. He does have good size. I just can't tell because he hasn't thrown the ball a lot. But he's got skill. But I don't know if he's worth the 6th pick.
He's not.
He's more talented than Daniel Jones is. I'll definitely say that.
He probably.
Big time.
I want to go with a big arm, big pocket, and can move. But who has the big enough arm?
Penix?
Yes, I want Penix. I'll even take Bo Nix. Bo Nix has a lot of experience.
But I don't know if I would take him at 6. I think you'd get Bo Nix later if you wanted to.
But with the Raiders being so desperate for somebody there besides Max Crosby, and with Minnesota now needing a quarterback, it's going to take a lot for the Giants to move up because now the price has changed. We know what the Bears are going to do now.
Well, yeah, they're going to go quarterback, and probably Washington's going quarterback. And it seems like the Patriots would, but Joe Alt is going to be there. Marvin Harrison Jr. could be there for that. Like there's a lot of good players, but they need a quarterback desperately. Got another comment here. Hold on. I redid my draft. I have Rome to the Giants. Since Chargers lost Allen Williams, they're taking Neighbors unless Marvin Harrison Jr. is there. Like a 3 quarterbacks go, and maybe Arizona will take Neighbors over Harrison Jr. Says Williams, they're taking Neighbors over Rome. You're getting the leftover wide receiver. But I've all dropping to 7th. QBs will be 1 to 3 QBs and wide receivers 4 through 7. That's what he thinks.
Depends on what Arizona wants to do. It really decides on what Arizona.
They could take a franchise tackle.
They could. I wouldn't hate the pick. It's just every time the Giants need a quarterback, everybody in the fucking league needs a quarterback.
Yeah, right.
Or they're not a great pick.
They had to lose more. They had to lose more games.
Nah, I don't think they were as bad as they were last year. I think they opened up really bad and they couldn't get their fucking feeding.
No, they lost Andrew Thomas for a bit. Then JMS got hurt. Their Neal was underperforming severely again. Like when they lost Thomas and then Barkley got hurt, they are nothing without those two. I notice when they lose Thomas, they're total disarray. They lose Thomas, everybody else falls apart. But I would put Runyon next to Thomas, in between him and JMS. That way, at least you have two good pass blockers on the edge there for the blind spot. And if Neal can't play right tackle, Illuminor can play right tackle. Now, who's going to be the right guard? Eileen asks, is Waller going to retire? I don't know. He was saying, I was listening to what he was saying, like reading about what he was saying, that, if his heart's not fully in it, he's not going to play. So he has to make a decision at some point soon.
1 year with the Giants and he fucking retires. It was a waste of a goddamn fucking pick.
I think it's the injuries keep getting him. Like it's the nagging ones, and maybe he's getting a little stressed out about that, because he missed a lot of time last year. Eileen says, if they draft a quarterback, which they probably will, is DeVito. I think DeVito's gone regardless.
Yeah,
I think DeVito's gone entirely.
He had his moment, but he didn't show anything. Like, yeah, I came on here, it was like Fear the Cutlets. It was a good story for us to hang on to.
It's a great story.
But he'll get signed with, like, the Jets, or he'll be a journeyman for a while. He'll go play up.
The Jets have Tyrod.
I
think, as their backup. I think, right? Yeah.
Well, Aaron Rodgers is going to get hurt by like week 4. So.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if his Achilles holds up.
Either one. I don't remember.
Their
what he-
defense is great, but they just need a stable quarterback. They're a better position than we are.
No, they're not.
They're better. I think
The
they're better than
Jets
we
will
are.
always be the Jets.
I think they're better than us.
That organization is a butt fumble in itself.
Paul Spencer says, I could care less. I'm out this year on this team. Screw that.
Yeah. Dude, when I found out they don't have
Oh.
enough money to pay their rookies because he won't take a pay cut, like I think now he's taking a pay cut though, right?
He
said
got his
something.
guarantee money, but all you got to do is push money down the road. You know, the
And I'm
cap will
like,
go up.
This is like people don't learn. It's a business. Everybody like Saquon Barkley, oh, it's a business. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. It is a business. But y'all talk, Michael Jordan went out and was like, I want this guy. Go get that guy. He went out and petitioned for fucking Dennis Rodman to join him. He told him not to cut Kerr. Like this is what leaders and winners do. Like Jerry West went and saw that Shaq and Kobe can make the greatest duo of all time. How many times did look at what I was saying? Peyton Manning took pay cuts. You have Tom Brady took pay cuts.
His whole career.
His whole career he did. He's like, I'll make my money off endorsements.
Daniel Jones should take a pay cut.
Who?
Daniel Jones.
See, I think what they did was, and everybody's like, well, he should have did this with Saquon. I think because Saquon has not come out and been like, well, Daniel Jones took money that was mine. I don't think that was happening at all.
No, I don't think he would ever say that.
This is what we're offering you. We need to offer you this so that we can give Saquon this. And then reneged on the deal when Saquon got hurt again last year.
Yeah, I think Saquon got a good offer. He got a similar offer, like 3 years, $36 million, and like 20 something guaranteed in 2022. So I find it interesting that he took a similar deal, but it was more guaranteed, and they threw some incentives that could be up to worth $47 million if he hits all his goals.
And they're going to make sure he doesn't hit his goals.
I think
he could be 3 touchdowns away with 5 games, and every time they get on the 1 yard line, he's going to get a tush push.
Yeah, they do that a lot.
He's be 1 second. I'll be right back with you guys.
Yeah, I just hate, like I said, I just hate that he's an Eagle. It just sucks. Like I don't even want to watch the Giants and Eagles this coming season and see him in an Eagles uniform. I'm gonna be like cringing every time I see that. Every time he scores a touchdown, I'm gonna be like, you mother effer. It is what it is. I know it's a business. I wish him all the best, but man, like I said, all the teams, that's the one team I did not want him to go to. But like I said, I as much as I don't like it, I thought Shane was smart. Letting him test the market. You can't spend a good amount of your cap when you have other issues on the team, especially the offensive line. They wouldn't have been able to bring in some of the offensive linemen they did if they paid Barkley and McKinney. So it sucks to lose them, but it's like when we had Odell Beckham. They weren't winning anyway. So I thought they should have kept Odell, to be honest. It would have been nice to have him as a weapon, but I think that was the right move then. But no Barkley. Singletary's going to have to carry the load, and we're probably going to do split time anyway for the position. So, unfortunately, Barkley's gone, but maybe we'll draft a running back in the later rounds. You don't have that other second round pick, but I love that move by Burns, like Mike said in chat. But I'm hearing a lot of rumors in the draft, like all the Giants are going to trade up. I heard Minnesota might trade up. I have a feeling that the Cardinals and the Chargers could take both receivers. But I think one of them will be there for us. I think it's going to be Neighbors, but who knows? Maybe Neighbors could go before us. Maybe he goes in 4. Maybe he goes in 5. Marvin Harrison Jr. I think goes in the top 5 regardless. I just can't say if one of the top, it's obvious, I think, to everyone, the Bears, the Redskins are going to take quarterbacks. And I think they're going to go 1, 2, 3. Like, it just seems obvious to me. But who knows? If the Cardinals end up trading down. If they want to trade with Minnesota, get a good amount of assets for that, because they have other needs. They could get weapons, and maybe Minnesota will trade up to quarterback, and then the 2 receivers will be there for us. So, but Evan will be back. But sorry for being late today. Had some issues with the computer, unforeseen. So it took me a little bit to fix that. Like I said, I think the Giants' offensive line is in a better place with the moves they've made. I love the Burns move. You signed 4 offensive linemen. That should help the offensive line. It says, I'm just glad you're on. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do a short little stream. There's not as much going on in the second phase of free agency. Now it's just, fixing your depth. And I don't see too many more moves the Giants are going to make. So, we'll see what happens. You have the pro days coming up. I think they're starting this week. I know the Giants were at Michigan, looking at J.J. McCarthy, but I assume they're going to look at all the quarterbacks, but some quarterbacks probably are not going to be there. And Caleb Williams is not going to be there, and I don't think May's going to be there either. But who knows? Maybe McCarthy is one of the 3 taken, and it's Jaden Daniels that drops. Maybe Drake May drops. Who knows? I know people like J.J. McCarthy. He's one of the smarter quarterbacks in the draft. I don't want to draft him at 6, but who knows? Maybe he'll get taken higher than we think for teams that are desperate for a quarterback. Especially if you're in a rebuild phase, it makes sense to take a young quarterback. Some people may, not be as excited about McCarthy, but I think he's better than some people think. There's a comment here by Mike. He said, Gmail would be better than people think. I think they'll be better than people think. I don't know what's going to happen at the quarterback position. Who knows if Daniel Jones is going to be ready week 1. I think it's why they brought Drew Lock in, because at least they could play someone. And we'll see if they're, if they want to be bold, take a quarterback. It's obviously a need. I think they're going to move on from Jones after this season, unless he has some good season. But like I said, maybe you want to. I really don't know if they're going to take a quarterback. It's really a big question mark for the Giants. I know a lot of people want them to, but unfortunately, being 6th, they're probably going to have to trade up if they want a quarterback that they like, if it's one of those top 3. The only people there are going to be like Nix, Penix, and McCarthy at 6 probably. And you can get a much better, more impact player right away taking a Duzier or taking a tackle, which I don't think they're going to take a tackle. I think they signed a Luminor to play that position. And like I said, maybe Neal can get back to the form, his potential, which who knows what that is. I'm gonna do a couple sponsors real quick, and then I'll go another 10 minutes or so, and then we'll finish up the show. Attorney Big Al, Jason Fine, give it a call. 1-800-HURT-123. They have motor vehicle accident, slip and fall, workers' compensation, personal injury claims. They have 3 locations around the Pennsylvania, New Jersey area: in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So if you ever need legal help, 1-800-HURT-123, Attorney Big Al, Jason Fine. He will give you help, and you also get a discount if you mentioned Out of the Box Sports. So, but I'll give them a call if you ever need legal help or legal trouble. Monkey Cold Coffee, the evolution of flavor infused coffee. Use the promo code OTB Sports at the checkout at monkeycoldcoffee.com for 10% off your order. They have their newest flavor, honey agave, is excellent. They also have many other flavors, always coming out with new flavors every day. They also have a barrel-aged honey that's also pretty good. The evolution of flavor infused coffee. Get your Monkey Cold Coffee today. Use the promo code OTB Sports at the checkout for 10% off of your order. Let's see. Paul Spencer says he did take a pay cut. They now have 5 million. That's still not enough for your draft class. On the rookie, yeah, on the cap, rookies cost 8 to 12. Says I'm going to tryouts this year. I'll only cost 200,000 a year. I dropped 25 pounds in 2 months. I'm on my way, Jerry. What position you gonna play, Paul? Kicker? Oh no, I don't know if that would work. Fullback? No, the Cowboys will be better than we will. So, you know, it, it is what it is. But yeah, just a little over a month here for the New York Giants. We'll see what they're gonna do in the draft. Like I said, I really like the the signings of Illuminor and Runyon Jr. Also, the signing of Singletary and the Bird signing after we traded for him. What's up, Evan? Welcome back. Oh, not welcome back, I guess. He was there for a minute. But like I said, we're definitely the bottom team in the NFC East. Washington's going to rebuild all over again with a new coaching staff.
There we go.
What's up, man?
Sorry about that. I'm under the weather, guys, so I got a little sick. I apologize.
That's all right. No worries. No worries.
But yeah. What were we talking about? I'm sorry. What were you talking about?
I was just talking about the draft coming up and how I like the signings of the offensive line. I think it'll help a bit. But I see them drafting more offensive linemen later in the draft.
All right. So with how the Bears played out, with really underestimating how much they were going to get for, or overestimating how much they were going to get for
Fields.
I thought they should have held on to him until draft night.
I thought I would have held on to them too, and wait for a team that's desperate, like, hey, we'll throw Fields in.
Yeah. I thought they were too quick to get rid of, because now everybody knows what you're going to do, and you just made the draft really predictable. So it's not like you're going to go with your backup.
No.
So you're going after Caleb Williams. Big shock if you do Drake May or that would be a big shock.
Or Jaden Daniels or something like that. But I'm interested who's going to go number 2. Is it going to be May? Is it going to be Daniels? Is JJ McCarthy going to the top 3 like by some crazy situation? Will the Vikings trade up with the Cardinals and grab JJ McCarthy because they're desperate?
See, the Vikings got a type though. They want a tall quarterback.
He's 6'3".
So I see them taking a Jaden Daniels or a Penix.
If he was there.
Like what Penix reminds me of is kind of like the body style of Kellen Mond. Like if you watch
I know what
you're
saying.
Mond play, that
I saw him
tall, athletic build. That's what he reminds me of, just a better version of that.
Yeah.
But and then look who drafted him. Minnesota. Minnesota wants that tall, strong quarterback.
He is 6'3". So it's not a midget.
That's small for, was it Jones is almost 6'6".
It's just
Burrow
above average
6'5".
in the NFL.
We don't want a Tua situation when he's like 5'8".
Well, he's not 5'8", he's 6'3", so it's a little taller than Tua is. But I know what you're saying. A guy like Penix or Bo Nix or Caleb Williams or May, they're those more prototypical quarterbacks. Oh, I lost Evan for a second. Tomorrow at Out of the Box Sports, going to be doing NFC South talk, me and Paul. And then Paul and Dave on Dem 215 boys at 9 p.m. So check me out at 6 and check Paul out at 9.
Yeah, I like watching Paul's show. And, Dave's the optimist and Paul's just like, tear it the fuck down. Tear it down. Tired of this.
Well, they're in cap hell like we were. Yeah, they've been a better team than we are.
Everybody's saying it now. They're like, oh, you're in cap hell. Like, you got to pay Daniel Jones. I'm like, you realize after this year, we ain't got to pay him shit, right?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Ultimately,
oh,
they
this
can have
guy's
it out
great.
after this year.
I'm like, and that makes him a great candidate to be traded.
If they could trade him somehow and get something for him, I think I would take it. That's if you're taking a quarterback.
Hey, listen, them 215 boys said they wouldn't mind Daniel Jones.
Bo Smith, who watches our show, said he would take him.
Who's he's a Minnesota fan, right?
He's a Vikings fan. Yep.
Tall, big quarterback with a big arm. Let's say I think if you
if they
protect him right,
drafted a quarterback, you would know they're gonna get rid of Jones.
definitely.
If they
But
took a quarterback at 6.
I think if you protected Jones right, I think he's better than Sam Darnold. I think he is an Alex Smith.
He would have had a little bit better year than 2022 with a good offensive line, I think.
Yeah. Is he very limited? I don't think he can be pressured much, so the fail ratio on that is very high because he can't. I don't want to trade up for McCarthy.
I agree. If you're gonna trade up, you want to trade up with the Patriots in the top 3.
Yeah, you want to get. I'm not a big Drake May guy. I don't.
But if they want a quarterback, they got to trade up to 3, not 4. But if a wide receiver gets taken in the top 3, like a Harrison Jr., then a quarterback will be there at 4. And Arizona is the team you want to call for a trade.
How is next year's prospects looking for a quarterback? Very
not
different.
As good. I have no idea. Not as good as this year. Teams could also go late. Like
Arch Manning's ready.
You could go later in the draft and take a Bo Nix, take a Penix, take what's Milton. Like no, and later in the draft. Later round picks.
I want one of the top 6. Like
it depends on who's there.
McCarthy, I'm fine with it. I just don't want McCarthy at 6. I
don't want him at 6 either.
26 or 36 or whatever.
If they traded down, like in the teens, and got McCarthy, I wouldn't be mad at that.
No, because then I would pick Michael Penix.
But do they like Michael Penix that much to take him at 6? I don't know.
If they don't like Michael Penix, they are fucking stupid. Dude is a left-handed bomber. He's got a better arm than Tua.
Yeah, and then his blind side's on Neil's side.
Why you gotta bring that negativity in my head?
Eileen says anybody started Sam Darnold. I'm just saying. Quinn Ewers next year, Bo says. From Texas.
True. That's true.
He'll probably be the best quarterback in the draft next year.
Tank for Ewers.
Paul Spencer says, I can read the field better than Dak. I read past wide receiver number 1.
Past wide receiver number 1. That means we can get in Daniels.
He makes more than the first read. Yes.
Yeah. Dak's whole plan is if CeeDee Lamb's not open and Gallup's not streaking down the field, throw it into double coverage.
Dak just is in clutch in the key moments. That's
Dak
all.
Falls apart. Like, I get it. Everybody's like, well, our defense gave up. I'm like, you're absolutely right. Your defense shit the bed.
But your offense gave them the ball. Like, no. You have to sustain drives. You know? Can't go 3 and out or turn the ball over a bunch and expect to win.
And, like, I'm sorry, but for a rookie quarterback, I know he's not a rookie. He was drafted 3 years ago, but it's his first full season as a starter. As a rookie quarterback, to go into Jerryland with that much swagger and be like, boom, and get that job done. I can't. Man, I'm about to hire every fucking Packers front office person I can think of.
Dave Yarnell says Dak loves his tight ends. At least he's not like Zeke wearing the t-shirt up to his like above his belly button. Bo says Daquan Finn is an American football quarterback from the Baylor Bears. He previously played for the Toledo Rockets. Keep that eye for Finn, guys. I never heard of him. I like that quarterback,
Let's go, Drew
that
Lock.
name.
I mean, Drew Alar, whatever his name is. Penn State.
Yeah, but who knows? We could have Drew Lock starting for us, maybe. Who knows?
I don't think Danny's going to
If
be ready for
if Jones gets hurt, we owe him $20-something million. Something like that if he gets hurt.
Listen, Dak is trying to catch up to Kirk Cousins. He's trying to be the most amount of money paid to him for the least amount of work ever done.
Yeah, it's amazing how much Kirk Cousins has made in his career.
And it's not that Kirk Cousins is good. It's just that he hits the market at the best time possible.
Yeah, right.
Every 4 year or every 4 years, it's like somebody needs a quarterback. They're like, yeah, dude, I want his agent.
Yeah, the going rate for like an average to mid above average quarterback is like $40 million. So that 4-year, $180 million deal is realistic now. That's what you're paying for a serviceable quarterback.
Like the Giants need they need a franchise, man. And like I said, I want Penix just because one of two things. One, he's a great player. Two, I think it would shut up the fact that the Giants have never had a black quarterback.
I would take Penix at 47.
I'd move up and take him in the 30s.
That's what I would do.
I'd give up
if he's there, I'd take him
just to get him in. But if I can just swap and then get a later round pick, swap picks and then trade a later round pick for him, I would do that and then get the wide receiver from like double up on the wide receivers or get the running back from either Florida State or Michigan.
Oh, Benson is from Florida State. Benson and Wright from Texas is also good too. So from Tennessee.
We also had that wide receiver from Florida State also.
Keon Coleman.
Yes.
You have Keon Coleman. You have you also have Brian Thomas Jr., who's on LSU, who's also really good. He was the other receiver for Jaden Daniels. He's also really good. Then neighbors, of course, Oduzier, Marvin Harrison Jr., Xavier Worthy. It's a very deep draft for wide receivers.
I've seen Worthy going in from the third round to the Giants.
I think Worthy's going first round.
Really?
I think he's that talented. First or second round minimum, at most.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think he's a talented wide receiver, so I don't think he's going to go very late. Yeah, he'll be there in the third round, though.
With all this draft talk, man, it's just, was it about a month away now?
A month and a week, I think. 26th. Dave Yarl says the richest quarterback has that is Sammy Sleeves. Paul Spencer says, I'm starting Cooper Rush. Screw Dak. And I can't live off $40 million a year comment.
If I heard that come out of his mouth and I was in the audience and I was a Cowboys fan, I'd run up on that stage and punch him right in his mouth.
That's ridiculous. Paul says, the bad Shadier Sanders, Brock Ewers are number 2. Oh,
yeah, but Dion's not going to let his kid go to the Giants. After the Giants fucking trying to make him take a test,
forgot about him.
He hates everything Giants. Deion Sanders hates everything.
I don't know if I want Sanders, for crying out loud.
He hates everything the Giants. He does not like the Barr family. He shits on Eli every chance he gets.
The Giants will win like 7 games and like be in like at like 12 or some shit, or 10, and not be able to get a quarterback at the top. Or they'll take one this year.
We shall see.
And hopefully Giants fans aren't throwing their TVs out the window at the 6th pick.
I think we're going to do it again. 6 is not a good number for us.
Well, you think they're going to take J.J. McCarthy?
Let's just say you are allowed to take
Would
my
you-
voice notes in the chat.
How mad would you be? What player at 6 would piss you off the most if they took?
JJ McCarthy, or if they trade it back and got like the defensive tackle.
That would be ridiculous.
Like I'd be like, what the fuck are you like? I would literally just like, why am I a fan? Why do I take the like? I'm gonna go be a fucking Browns fan because they can't be this fucking painful.
Man, but if they take quarterback, it better be the right quarterback. But if I take quarterback, I want to trade up. Like say Daniels or May are there at 4. Would you trade up with the Cardinals to 4? Swap picks there?
I'm not a May guy, but he is a top 3, and you can't say like, oh no.
What if it was Daniels?
Yes.
I don't think it's like Caleb Williams. I think Daniels. OSU is there at 4, and if a team trades with Arizona,
Like,
I think that's a big possibility.
But yeah,
it's a wide receiver deep draft, and Arizona can get a wide receiver if they traded to 10 or 6.
Well, it leaves us right outside of 4.
Yeah. Bo Smith says, Shadur Sanders, Quinn Ewers, Texas, Carson Beck, Georgia, Cam Ward, Miami. Those are the top prospects for next year, as of now. You want Brock Bowers at 6? Too early. If we traded
but
down,
they would trade back to like 9, and Brock would go at 8.
Yeah, if we traded down, I'd say yes, but not at 6. Because you have to think of who's going to be there. You're going to have one of the 3 wide receivers will be there.
The Bears take Malik Neighbors at 1. Trade down or trade up to 6 and take.
Actually, you know what? That might be interesting. You take the best weapon on the board, and then you trade your 9th pick and you trade back up. That's actually, it would be bold, but that is a possibility. And you trade with Arizona. You trade your 9th pick to 4. You trade back up to 4 and grab your quarterback.
I don't think
Bowers is more than tight end. He's a special player. He does it all. I agree with that. But does Joe Shane think that?
I don't think. I think it's Shane and Dayball. I don't think Kopp got much decision in it. I don't think the new guy coming in has much decision in it.
I think it's going to be a wide receiver, but like I said, if 3 quarterbacks go, you might have 1 wide receiver left at 6.
Question:
If Arizona takes 1 and Chargers take 1.
If the Eagles get stripped of their pick and it is awarded to the Giants for fair compensation for Saquon, do you use both first-round picks to move up to like 2 or 3?
I don't know. You're only moving a couple of spots. So if I'm moving 3 spots, that's not like moving 8 or 9.
Then I'd be comfortable taking. I would take Neighbors at 6 or Oduse at 6.
Yeah.
Or I would and then try to move my 1st and 2nd up into like the early teens, late preteens, and move it up to. I would move up to see if I can get like Penix.
Yeah, I think Penix will be there later on.
I would sit at 21 and see if they can get Bo Nix. I'm moving to like 15 to get Bo Nix.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna do much movement on draft day, but I've heard a lot of rumors about them taking McCarthy at 6. I've heard rumors about them trading up with the Patriots if they'll trade their pick to take one of the top 3. But I think it's going to be a wide receiver. I still think it's going to be wide receiver. Unless 2 get taken, I I don't know. If the 3 quarterbacks go, we'll get one of the wide receivers. If a wide receiver goes and a certain quarterback falls that you don't expect to 6 or to 4, we'll see what happens.
All right, guys. So we're about to at the end of our hour. I gotta go
Yep.
a little bit early. I am not feeling good at all, guys. But love you guys. Thank you, Dan.
Feel better,
I'll see
Evan.
you guys next week, man.
Yep. Dave Yaro says, no, Michael Gallup is working out with the Ravens tomorrow. I expect him to get signed by somebody. They want to make sure he's healthy. I mean, he had that injury a couple of years ago, and he hasn't been the same since, I think. Paul Spencer says, just saying, my JV QB is 6'1", 170 as a freshman. Give me 4 years and he will be ready till college screws him up. Oh, man. But yeah, I'm going to end the show here. Like I said, I think the Giants have improved their offensive line in some areas with the signings they made. I like to start bringing Darnay Holmes back. I like that they're signing depth at tight end and extra depth at offensive line. It's 4 offensive linemen. The Burns move, and we'll see what they do in the draft. You know, it's going to get more exciting. We'll see what's going to happen with that 6th pick on night 1 of the draft, and we'll see what Shane does. Is he going to screw it up, or is he going to, make a real good, reliable pick? So, but thanks everyone for joining me, and this is Big Blue Power Hour. And tomorrow I'll be at 6 p.m. I'll be on the NFL Talk Live with Paul Spencer, talking about the AFC South. And then also he will be on Deb 215 Boys with Dave Yarnell and Paul Spencer tomorrow night at 9. So, Bo says, a great show, Dave and Evan. Thank you very much. Was a little late, had a little technical difficulty, but we got it done. So everybody have a good night. And this is Big Blue Power Hour. We'll see you next week.